what time is it? Your show. Yeah, what time is it? Your show. Yeah, what time is it? Your show. Yeah, he's back from the dead. Your show. Putting it on the map, yeah. Saskatoon. Right next to New York. New York. Yeah, what show, yeah. Your show. What time is it? Your show. Yeah, time to talk some shit, yeah. Your show.
You've tuned in, yeah?
Yeah, fun Maggie. Bark, bark, wolf, wolf, move on to treat, yeah. Keep listening.
That was the slowest fade out I've ever heard from anybody talking. Well done. Hello and welcome in to the Tuesday edition of your show. My name is Gary. This still, as far as we know, the only show going live 4 to 5 p.m. Monday to Friday, originating out of Saskatoon on the internet. Old school scheduled viewing. We're bringing it back as we've done enough of the non-local thing. It's time to get back to local because guess what? People appreciate local. People care about local. No one cares about people doing shows not here. And so here we are. And thank you so much to you for allowing this movement to continue to remind everybody to keep doing those nice things, man. I promise you, if you keep doing good, if you keep doing the right thing, doing things the right way, no matter how dark or bad it gets, there's always something waiting for you on the other side, and it's always worth it. Today, more than most days, that has been emphasized, and today, more than most days, we are extra grateful. So thank you to you, thank you to all the good being done, and thank you to the universe for allowing all of these crazy adventures that we go on that we never thought in a million years we'd be able to pull off. And here we are, one by one, continuing to do it. So grateful and thankful. We also have a camera, and we have a actress that has the camera dedicated to her, and I almost nailed that. That was very impressive. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time yet again to say hello to the Maggie Cam. Oh, I did it again. Back it up. Back to camera 3. Phantom, say hello. You got a full window there. Yesterday, we barely got a finger on. So thank you for that. We were doing another little Twitch stream as Paper Mario was sort of taking over our lives lately. It's very cool. I had no idea the game was so fun. As Phantom and I are sort of guiding our way through. I guess we're in chapter 3 now, trying to take on Tubba Lubba. Apparently he's invincible, but we're going to find the way to take him out. There's a secret out there somewhere, right, Phantom? Back me up here. My man. Well done. The Maggie Cam, proudly presented to you by our friends over at Pet Planet on 8th Street. As Morgan Freeman, we'll see if we can wake him up and get that $4 million worth of voiceover that we keep paying for. Take it away, Mr. Freeman.
Still waiting for that check, Gary. I'm sure it's in the mail.
Yeah, right, tough guy. Let's go.
Ooh, testy today. The Maggie Cam. I just picked everything.
I can't be Nina Morgan Freeman. You're doing a big favor. I take it back, Mr. Freeman. I apologize.
That's better. Way to stay in your lane, Gary. The Maggie Cam, proudly presented to you by our friends at Pet Planet on 8th Street. They are your pet's natural grocer. Margaret just loves Pet Planet on 8th Street for many, many reasons, including her favorite food of all time, the Go Formula Solutions Super Puffy Coat brand. Her favorite, and that's how you get a cloud like this. They have all the dried foods lining the left side of the store when you walk in, and all the way up the back. You'll find beautiful beds and crates and exercise bands all ready for you. She also loves that Mike and Rochelle are always there, the owners. Incredible human beings doing very, very, very good things. The exact type of people we love to promote here. You know they're very good people doing good things because they understand life is tough and it's hard to get into places during traditional business hours. So they stay open after hours and on weekends with a beautiful assist to Chris and Kirsten for that. Margaret also loves how they let her work right behind the till and pay her in treats while she's there. She is basically a member of the family. And also, Mike and Rochelle just so happen to be her father and mother-in-laws, as her and their greeting dog Leroy are officially an item. So Leroy always loves to welcome Maggie, and they have an absolute blast wandering around the store, testing out the new treats which are on sale every Thursday, the new bones which are on sale every Tuesday, and today is Tuesday, get your bones. They also have jerseys to make sure you're cheering for the best team. And they now have grooming services. Licking before you here is a puppy who had a $60 blowout and has yet to shed since then. And the cherry on top, she also got a free toy. Her Bumblebee toy is her new favorite that she loves oh so much, showing it off to everybody all the time. So you also have more toys in here. We're talking 2 full toy walls you can walk your puppy right up to. They have toy aisles, they have fashion aisles, they have fridges in the back if you're making that switch to the raw food diets. They will help you out with that. Here she goes. She's going to hit her spot now. Look at this. This will be good. We will get this. The puppy spot, super affordable and second to none. You will be the most beautiful puppy the second you leave, and you will leave with money in your pocket. Toys, treats, kind souls. And most importantly, we continue to support local, because that is what it's all about. Bring the power back to the people, and it all begins with our friends over at Pet Planet on 8th Street. They are your Pets Natural Grocer. Look at this.
Look at that puppy. She's going to sleep, man. CM Punk must be in here because she's getting a GTS. You know what I'm saying? That's a wrestling joke. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for us to bring in the return of our OG crew, the 3 people in this intro you are about to see. It is time for another edition of the All the Bands Podcast! We got Matt from all the bands. We got Mike from all the natural products. He's also an uncle. And we are back together. Boys, welcome in. How's everyone feeling?
Great.
Yes. Matty the Tiger, loving it. What about you over there, buddy? You got any catchphrases?
I don't know. I'm pretty good. pretty good.
Yeah, it sort of feels like we're all in the same boat of, boy, oh boy, we're really pumped about something, but can't say anything about it, so we just sort of hold it inside, like we're trying not to poop our pants.
Just if I...
Yeah, that's a close one. Kind of like the vocal stuff. Remember we were talking about doing the vocals, and it's like you got to get just deep enough so it feels like you're going to poop your pants, but not quite.
That's right.
Yep.
That's
Grampers.
basically the whole time. The Grampers. Bring on the Grampers, baby. Okay, we got a lot to get to today, as I think I want to start with the fact that I was at the dump yesterday.
Okay, that makes me happy. I wasn't.
Thinking of you. It was your day off.
That makes you even happier that you weren't there.
Yeah.
So we, and you're going to find out when you go inside here a little later, the couch, the broken couch has been removed.
Oh.
No longer are people sitting on couches, on top of couches with nothing underneath it and slanting. My Uncle Kev, best frickin' uncle in the universe, hooked me up with this lovely couch. My brother Davey, the firefighter, and I powered it through the door. We had to move stuff to get it into the house. It was a whole thing.
I really hate moving couches.
Yeah, and this one was extra special because it wasn't supposed to fit, and we got it in there. And then I was like, thank goodness I don't have to take that out ever again. And then sure enough, like a year later, out she comes. Huge assist, and shout out to my sweet, beautiful nephew, sweet baby Joshy, as him and I were able to Tetris it out of there. I had no idea. It was almost like once we got into the doorway and I realized what we had to do, it was like the universe was saying, all right, we got this. Do this, Tetris L, this, inside, out, boom, boom. I was expecting it to take like a while. I also had Dad have the chainsaw on ready in case it was time to chainsaw.
Nice.
I was just going to say, in the event you can ever get something out and it's going to the dump anyway,
That was it.
Got her.
just
Yeah.
take it apart.
And then
before.
classic Dad fashion. He's like, oh, man, you're not going to believe this, GM. My family and very close friends call me GM. So Gary Matthew for short, GM.
Oh.
And he says, you're not going to like this, GM. And it appears both of my chainsaws are at the lake. So I'm like, well, what the heck? What are you going to do? He says, don't worry, son. I got a sledgehammer.
There you go.
All right. So chainsaw was out, sledgehammer was in, but we got it out. And I also got rid of a CRT TV that was been in the walkway into the house there. That was frozen -50 and back to like definitely not working. And the TV that my very same dad I was just talking about bought me as a housewarming gift for 4th Street. When I lived on 4th Street in Lansdowne, where I met you, where we became brothers at arms, right in that house. That house, so many memories.
We have a different name for that one, but I'll just leave it
Here,
at
here, yeah. And that TV made it through the entire run there. Made it through my entire run, like 5 years out in Blackstrap. And made it here until it finally conked out. And I had a moment when I was driving there being like, man, me and this TV have been together a long time.
Kind
this
like
huge-
Fox and the Hound when they're dropping off the foxes in the
was some-
forest and you're looking at the TV.
Yeah.
It's like, don't worry.
You'll be fine. You belong
You're
here.
going with your
You
friends.
belong here. And all the memories came flashing back of that TV and all the amazing times that we had with it. And I'm at this point in my life now where I am a true, absolute, complete wuss in every way. I didn't even kill a mosquito the other day because I felt bad for a mosquito. My empathy has gone through the roof. I am one with nature and all of her ugliness, along with all of her beautifulness. And so everything I can feel, and I could feel this TV was special. So as we're driving to the dump, I'm like, oh, this is going to be a sad one. This is going to be a tough one. It's kind of like when I gave my Cobalt to Cars for Kids, my buddy Terry over at Buck's Auto Parts. As I was leaving, it was such a moment. It's like, I'm going to miss you, but this is where you belong because you're going to help so many more people. You're going to help kids by doing this, man. Like, it felt so good, but it felt so sad at the same time. It's the same thing with a TV. And it's so weird that a human soul can feel like this. But as we're pulling up to the dump, I'm like, what the heck is this over here? Yeah, because we go to make the left, and normally you make the left U-ball and you go back around and around the hill.
Correct.
And it's been that long since I'd been to the dump, is what I realized. So I'm like, do we have a new dump? He's like, yeah, of course. Like, when's the last time you were here? I'm like, clearly, it's been a while. So I'm sitting there, and we're going into the brand new to me dump.
MRC.
MRC. No longer we don't call it a dump. Material Recycling Center.
You know it. Yeah. Look at
Amazing.
this guy.
That's what I was saying. It's like, what the heck's an MRC? He's like, what's the dump? Like, well, I love the rebranding, first of all. This is what I'm talking about. Get in all the buildings, like all the kiosks, everything just mint. It's an incredible
It
facility.
looks like you're going through kind of like the border crossing
Yeah,
when you
that's how
actually
it
go.
felt.
Yeah.
And everyone's so kind, and everyone was guiding us in the directions we had to go.
Really?
It's fantastic. This one's had a great experience at the MRC. And so we go through, we toss my old steam tent. I clean like the front sort of area. What do you call that? Like a foyer?
I would call it a foyer, but I
Yeah,
feel like that's
porch.
just what I would call it.
Vestibule. I think porch is, foyer sounds way too fancy. I call it a
Yeah.
porch too.
Yeah, let's
so-
go with vestibule. that's
Very well, very classy. So in there was my hockey equipment, golf clubs, this 2 TVs, and the freaking steam tent. And so we drop the tent off, we drop the couch off into the dump, and then we make our way back because we have to go into the recycling area now.
That's
And
correct.
what's that area called?
Sort and go.
Sort and go. And I was, okay, so we go back up, shoot into the sort and go. And then there's the pile of TVs. And Dad pulls the truck up. I put the CRT down. Thank you for your service. And then I take my little tiny TV that had such a run. And I put it right on top. And it was a release for me. It's like, yep, I have completed my journey. Thank you so much for this. I'm going to go help someone else enjoy life as much as I helped. It was a full circle moment. And then I feel like the universe is saying, okay, you've been through a lot lately. You've gone through, the credit card's been pretty maxed out for a while. Got all this stuff going on. Get some closure with this TV. Let's get some closure with everything. And I felt like it was all leading to something. I didn't know what until today. And now, with that in mind, I just want to say it's so nice to know. And the universe continues to reassure us that when you do things the right way, when you do good things, it will always pay off. It may not feel like it at the time. It may not feel like it for a while. It may not feel like it for a month and a half. But these things are all leading to something. And it's just, it's very cool to have a moment like that at the MRC. You know what I mean? And I feel like you have a lot of moments in
Oh,
there.
I definitely do. Yeah.
So I just wanted to tell you, I am incredibly impressed with the new MRC. I'm not going to call it dump anymore. The new MRC. Because, my God, it was awesome. It was a great experience.
And we've got it running like a pretty good ship. Like there's
great.
still some things that need to be ironed out. Like I would say maybe like the signage needs to be a little bit bigger and a few things. But in general, we're getting there, and yeah, it's a good crew of people.
I was looking for Super Nintendo Anderson. I couldn't find him anywhere.
He should have been there.
I'm sure he was somewhere, obviously. But there's so many places now.
Yeah, he was probably
Lots of buildings.
in the old office.
Office.
No, but he's a boots on the ground kind
He
of
is.
guy. So
That's my dude right there. Very excited. Thursday night he's coming in.
oh, nice.
Yeah, we're going to do
Nice.
some, we're going to try for our first episode of a new show that we're very excited for. So I just wanted to thank you for being a part of that brand new MRC and the experience I had, because that was very nice.
And I can assure you, I'm probably going to be the guy that's loading your TV up onto the trailer.
Send them through.
when it goes to its next phase of its life.
It's the attachment we form with these things. Like, they're supposed to be non-sentient beings, but then talking to Royal Anders. Him and I have been on this big. He's got the Eckhart Tolle thing going on.
Oh,
So
yeah.
he's talking about like how we are all God in a way, and you have to treat this table the same way you would treat a human being, because we all create this table, and the chi that goes through everything. There's so much more to it, and there's so many layers. And he's sort of been my sensei on this new little guide to figure out what the heck this sort of thing is that I have with the universe, because it really does feel like a superpower a lot of the time.
I like the idea of a lot of respect towards everything. I feel like that's
and even
good
if it's
mantra.
a placebo and it does nothing, guess what?
You're
You're treating
feel-
everything with respect.
But I just don't
all
think
comes
it's a
back.
placebo, because you are like how, you know what I mean? Like if you hang around positive people, you tend to be positive. So it's a self-fulfilling prophecy as far as I'm concerned.
Absolutely. And I appreciate that. So I just want to kick the show off by talking about that, because being grateful, man, that's the best thing we can do when we're
Absolutely.
blessed in all these different types of situations. We're going to get to you in a bit, because you got a lot going on here as we got, May 16th?
May 16th.
Legwagon
Yeah,
Day.
I was out postering 2nd Avenue today.
Old
so it
school,
was
baby.
me and all the lovely characters around. It was pretty much just us, but we were there.
That's it. That's how we roll. Uncle Mike, Damn 20 promo code still going strong. Get stuff sent right to your house, and with a nice little note and a discount. Always great. I feel like you've been up to a lot, because you're always up to a lot. I want to start with the garden, my friend, as we talk a lot about the gardening. And I believe right about now would be when things are starting to really pick up out at the old Ponderosa.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of uncovered the garlic on the weekend. I'm planting trees. I picked up 800 trees on Thursday or whatever.
Just
so
a light order.
Yeah. I got about 120 in.
Let me guess, you just do that rather than digging a hole, you just punch it into the ground and then stuff it in.
It's just, I just throw it in.
Yeah.
And
Oh, yeah, like a
that's
dart.
Just
Amazing.
the ultimate force.
Are these like saplings, or they?
They are. So it's kind of a program. It used to be the PFRA, which is like a prairie shelter belt program. So for people with land, you can apply and basically get free trees for like wildlife habitat, shelter
Coverage
belt.
from the damn wind, man.
Biodiversity, like soil retention. So now it's actually done through Sask Power. So same thing, you apply in like July or August, and then you pick them up in May. It always happens that it's usually right around Mother's Day. So, and we've been doing this, like I've been doing this for 40 years or whatever. So my mom was always super stoked when on Mother's Day weekend, and weekends following that, we would plant like thousands of trees, kind of thing. So we continue to do it. But I got
Good
some
homage to mom.
That is
Like
cool.
that.
Yeah.
I got
That's
some
awesome.
some pin cherries and some sea buckthorn in. I got some Colorado spruce in
These are all
yesterday.
different. I thought it was just like,
So they're all
okay.
like native trees
Yeah.
to here that will obviously do well and kind of have a purpose, like i.e. for wildlife habitat or biodiversity, soil retention, shelter belts, whatever. So yeah, it's always it's like I just want to plant trees all the time, but then you get like you spend a whole day putting in 100 trees, and it's like, why did I get 800 trees? And some of those are for my brother, so it's not all me. But then it's also like now, because we used to just kind of bang them in, kind of like the tree planters, where you just
Pound
just
and
get
go,
them in the
pound
ground
and
and
go, pound and go.
10% of them are going to take or whatever, you hope for the best. Whereas now I'm trying to be a little more thoughtful in the process.
That.
I'll go around and I put cardboard down and I'll mulch on top of the cardboard if they're in like a super weedy, grassy area. Because it's like, well, if I'm putting in the effort, put in a little more effort and better their chances.
Make sure it goes,
water them, like simple kind of things like that.
Here.
And then last night I picked up, there was a bunch of gooseberries that was on the Facebook Marketplace.
Of course.
So I was like, well, yeah, I'm going to try and
they
take
grow
some
on
of
a
those.
goose? What's a gooseberry?
I know it's a fruit.
Oh, I
It's
feel that.
like
So
a
it's not a
berry
goose
bush.
testicle. I thought
No,
it was
not a
gonna be
goose
something
testicle.
goosey. Okay.
Not some hidden
Delicacy.
Yeah. But no, just
goes now.
gooseberries. And it's funny because this woman had kind of posted, and I was like the third on the list, and she's like, if there's still some left, but there's tons, so it should be fine. I'm like, yeah, I'll come by. And she didn't post a picture of the actual bushes, which it's always just kind of weird that like, well, you have them, why don't you post the actual picture?
What does a gooseberry bush look like?
It's a thorny kind of haggard
I don't
mess
like
if
it
they're
already.
like unkept kind
It's
of
like
thing.
something we wouldn't interact with.
Yeah. So I've been picking out thorns from my hands the last day because, of course, I don't wear gloves when
No, why
I'm
would
doing
you?
this kind of stuff.
This is where we need to like start stopping the show and say it is now time for Uncle Mike's injury of the week. What do we got today, Uncle Mike?
Yeah. So
Shall
a
we?
lot of
Come on,
thorns.
thorns, finger
A lot of
thorns.
thorns in the hands, a couple
them
cuts
real.
and scrapes and whatever. But free fruit bushes.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Now, do we like gooseberries?
They're
That's
they're
not a ringing
they're
endorsement.
kind of
That's
like
not a ringing
they're
endorsement.
kind of soury,
Tarts?
tart.
Yeah.
So
a
generally,
cranberry?
kind of used in combination with something else, or make a jam and jelly. If you're adding sugar to them, you can make anything kind of taste good.
That is true.
But I'm a big if it's food and
Eat
it's
it. Yeah.
free, I'm gonna plant it and grow it. And
Yeah.
I believe
and again,
the term you're looking for is a survivalist. We are
Yeah,
survivalists out
Sure.
here. Yeah.
I've got space, so it's put in fruit trees, bushes, whatever, plants, garden. I just want to do it all.
Yeah, of
course.
But so she didn't post the actual pictures. I'm like, oh, that's kind of weird. Like, why don't you just go out and snap the picture? And so sure enough, I come up to this house, nice spot down by the river. And I kind of see some exposed earth at the front. It's like, oh, it's great. Like they're right here. This will be super easy. And then she proceeds to take me around kind of the back, and they are planted in a thick, a foot apart, 2 feet apart, in railroad ties up this embankment. So to dig them out was a bit of a chore because they're super thorny. So you have to get through, you have to get around,
Stuff we would never
the
do.
perimeter
Never.
of the bush
Not a
to,
chance.
and able to get some roots with it. And obviously you're fighting, these thorny bushes and branches
hate
and
everything
and
about
the face
this.
and the eyes and
Ugh.
but yeah, I got some out and and then I proceeded to plant them last night.
Nice.
So it's
How
good.
many did you pull?
I was thinking it's I'll take 4, and then you kind of get digging, and I don't know, about 18 maybe, something like
a lot more
that.
than 4.
It was way more, but you kind of dig up a clump, and then it wasn't just one tree or one
Yeah.
bush. It was a multiple kind of packed together, so then you
Okay.
can kind of separate them. And I spread them out and just keep adding to
Do
the.
these spread like raspberry bushes too?
They're not as bad as that. They can get kind of unruly, but as long as you kind of trim them up, you can manage them.
So
a bit more.
where's the new home on the property?
They're kind of scattered. So I'm kind of establishing this food forest,
I love
which is
That's why I
essentially
asked. I love this
Yeah.
whole thing that you're doing.
basically right along, kind of just to the south of the driveway, kind of I don't know. It's we don't really have a front yard per se. We play soccer, badminton, whatever, football in the backyard kind of thing. So this was kind of a strip that's maybe I don't know, 30 to 50 feet wide, kind of narrows and probably 100, 200 feet long kind of thing. So I started on one end and I'm progressively kind of just filling in spots basically.
And with all of that, because you've been at this for a couple of years now. Right?
Yes, yeah.
And so this is the part where you have the flowers, the wild flowers growing in the ground with your mushrooms, with your berries, and then you have your trees surrounding it. So this is just going to add more sort of closure to this.
Exactly.
I like to think this is like a portal to some sort of magical realm. where
You definitely
whisk away
step
when
into
you're
a
in there.
different dimension.
Yeah, that's
when
what
you're
I'm
in there.
saying.
And when things obviously things are still getting established, some of the bigger trees, it'll take a few years. But the cool thing is fruit trees generally bloom quite nicely, or bushes or whatever.
Yeah,
So it's
magical
basically
place.
right out the front door or our bedroom window. So in a couple years, it should be pretty
Swell.
sweet. And then in and amongst there, that's where the cut flower beds will
Yeah.
be. So
I'm
pretty
expecting to bring
stoked.
some
Yeah, that
fresh,
sounds
fresh flowers.
amazing.
We want some
Yes,
fresh
there
flowers
will
for the
be
set.
some
I've been saying that
flowers,
for a
yes.
couple of years. We
Yeah.
should probably start doing that. As just between you and our buddy Sperm and Alone Man, it's a lot of fresh flowers.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
fresh flowers.
Well, then, and then just, compost, doing my compost this weekend and more mushroom stuff and some garden. Still kind of early. I poked around in the garden, but didn't really clean some stuff up and uncovering some stuff and trimming back some stuff.
That's crazy, man. You live such a crazy life to me. Like the fact that you enjoy doing that, to be able to enjoy something that contributes in so many ways to your life. That's the pocket of life.
Because I
love pain. I love pain.
That's what we're learning.
I like the finished product of it,
Yes.
but the actual doing it, I'm less into. Usually there's 30 minutes there where you're oh, this is kind of, I
Right.
feel like I kind of feel like Uncle Mike.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, no, I'm over this. I just want it to be done.
But the thing is that in order to get to the finish line, you gotta frickin' start the race.
Well, I've got a lip to tie the two of these. So I've had one thing that's kind of been bugging me for the last few months, and like your TV, and I want it to be rid of this so to move on with my life.
Yeah.
And in doing that, I kind of had to do a little bit of like Uncle Mike's hard work fantasy camp type of stuff. So every day I wake up, and similar to like Homer Simpson's sugar pile, you know, you wakes up and you look out, and I like leveled the ground by our close to our house. We called it the non-lawn. It was just like a bunch of dirt, and it was way about like 1.5 foot higher than the rest of the property for whatever reason. So I leveled it all up, and I just piled it all into a big hill because it's good dirt, and I want to use some of it.
Yeah.
So I woke up last Monday and I was like, oh, hello, dirt pile. And I was just, going to leave it because it's kind of like a monument to my just static nature of not moving on with life.
Trust me, I am all about that.
And the goal is I want it to make 2 raised garden beds. So I'm like, I'm doing it today. So I got up in the morning I sometimes have a tub, on my days off because I can. So in the tub, I kind of came up with a rough plan of what I wanted to do. I went to Home Depot.
I just picture you totally just brainstorming in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Straight up Billy Madison
Yeah,
style.
it was.
Mud is better. I go in first and grow the vegetables. No, the box is better. I hold the mud in place so things
and I was
can
shooting the
grow.
shampoo bottle up. Yeah.
Sorry to derail. Continue. You're making master plan the tub.
Yeah, so I came up with a rough game plan of like the wood I needed or whatever. I went there, kind of like looked at everyone else. So I'm like, okay, so I got to look at the wood to make sure it's, basically just monkey see, monkey
playing
do.
the part.
Yeah, I got a bunch of what is that 2x6s, which are 1.5 by 5.5.
That's right.
But yeah, I got a crap load of those, a bunch of deck screws, and then just some sandpaper. Went home. Made my plan. So basically what I did is I got 3 of them, had some 2x4s. So I got 2 walls on either side. And then I just, threw them together, made a nice box. I'll show you. They look great. And then, so got that done. Erin was surprised because I wanted them to be done before Erin got home because she does, well, 1, the surprise, and 2, she just doesn't really know. Like, I actually can work with power tools. I work concrete, and but
we spend all of this time building up the stigma that we absolutely useless in every way. Every now and then we can get something.
Exactly.
What you're saying. You want to
but I don't want like if Erin's there, she's like, is that where you screw that? Like, I want it to just have it done and ready. So,
I see. So you didn't want the feedback. I was also like that.
It's
when
like,
I had
oh, that's
Erin.
nice. You're doing it to surprise her. No, I just wanted it because I wanted to get it done. Okay. Yeah.
That is so.
Either way, so now I've got those done. The issue with my Homer's sugar pile, aka my dirt pile, is it's exactly where I wanted to put the. So in doing that, I had to, with a spade, move it to get those in place and then put them back in.
Each time being sort of reminded you're special. I appreciate
now
you.
I got that done, and it almost unlocked. Now that I've achieved this thing, it's like, I'm going to take the Christmas lights down. So I got the Christmas lights down, and then it starts spilling over to additional stuff. So, okay, well, this is another story, I guess. So I drove to and from Siemens on Sunday, and before I left, I was like, I should probably check to see the tire pressure because I work at the dump, and we always get flats and stuff. I was like, it's probably that would have been fine. I'm like, look at it, kind of gave it a little kick. And I was like, they all look good. Went to and from Siemens, and it was really windy that day. That was last Sunday.
Yeah.
And right at the end, I was just like, it's not really handling properly. I dropped Murray and Mike off, and I look, and the right steer tire is pretty close to being right flat or whatever. Got her home. I ended up just like Uncle Mike would. I used my bicycle tire. I pumped her up, took about 10 minutes of that, and then I limped it over to my parents' place. Changed the winter tires to the summer tires, and then normally what I would do is that tire with the hole in it, I would just put it there, and then it's like that's winter's problem. It's not summer's. But I'm like, you know what? I did the dirt pile. I'm gonna take it to Market Tire. So today I took it to Market Tire. And then on top of that, I had a guitar problem with my Carvin. Like, it's kind of cutting in and out. And again, normally I would just wait until the show and be like, it's messing up at live. This
I
sucks.
can't believe I did that.
I made a contact to talk to Kalen. He's like the 3 Inches of Blood guitar tech, and he's helped me out at Winnipeg, Manitoba Metal Fest. So I'm like, I trust him with it. So I called him up, dropped that off today. So I'm like, achieving adult goals, and it's almost it's addicting. Like,
yeah. I mean,
So-
once you get that that motivation river flowing after you accomplish one thing, and it's like, well, now I can do other
So
stuff.
basically, I'm trying to pose like Uncle Mike. I can pat myself on the back and say I actually accomplished something this week.
Dude, that makes me so happy.
Doing great.
So
There's a little bit of a
happy.
journey of a story.
Dude, but this is what I'm talking about. The universe is speaking. It's very active right now.
It is.
You're thriving in that. So makes me so happy. The Tuesday edition of your show, hanging out with the All Out of Angst boys. We got Matt from all the bands right here, Uncle Mike from all the natural products over there. Our Tuesday hosting team, Venom on the ones and twos, Margaret posing beautifully in front of our table here, talking about life and how, especially in this day and age, man, even if you find yourself absolutely useless in every way, there is still a road to being useful. And you were riding that, man. You were riding
Yeah,
that.
42 and a half years later, I started doing it.
Yeah. And now, like, what was the response from your beautiful wife?
She's like telling people, it's like, look, my husband did this. Like, she actually
It's
has
called
a
pride. It's
has a
called
yeah.
pride.
I gave her a reason to be proud.
You did.
And she's been telling
And-
people, and she was proud.
As a guy who chased that feeling for about 5 years in a relationship, I never once had that payoff. It was always, oh, that's all you did. It was never, oh, thank you, this is incredible. Like, that's it. So to know what it feels on the other side, to see you on the good side, makes me so much more happy.
Honestly,
because it can go south so
really
quick. It
does
starts like
feel
keeping
good.
score and
Yeah.
all that shit. Like, there's a reason I'm no longer in relationships, because they just don't work out for me. So I'm telling you, this is a very special
it is.
setup you're riding.
And I feel like life kind of worked out too, where like they actually look pretty good, and they're like where it's like I was kind of half assuming it was going to be a little bit of a nailed it thing or whatever, but like they look great and they're super durable, and like I surprised myself.
Now, what's going in them?
Well, I don't know. We've got like probably zucchini. I would like to.
You don't have to
some
decide
sort
now,
of, like,
obviously,
root
so,
vegetable. Like I really like turnips and stuff like that. But I just don't know. Like
Yeah,
No, you got
Why
so
we
much
look-
more space now.
Why am I
You
thinking
can-
so far ahead? I apologize.
Yeah.
We're celebrating our victories here, not looking down the road. So very, very cool. Garden talking with them boys right here on your show. I do have to tell everybody about Paper Mario. I'm really, really excited for this game. N64, boys. It's the N64, the first ever edition of Paper Mario. Phenom, how many are there now? You said there's like 3 or 5 or something like that? Yeah. That is a 6. So there's 6 Paper Mario. And we're going to roll through all of them? Okay. No, he's saying no. There's too many. I'm telling you, I'm falling in love with this one. So we're playing on Tuesdays now. Uncle Brando and I have moved Elden Ring to Mondays. Friday nights, we will be possibly Secret Trials, Secret of Mana 2, Densu Natsuke 3, all those things. We had started it, then we took a break because Uncle Brando apparently did make it back. Hopefully. They're coming home today, and hopefully they're still alive. I've heard there has been confirmation that they are still breathing, which is good. Vegas Con, like the Magic the Gathering Vegas Con always takes a lot out of our boys Network Ryan and Uncle Brando.
Man.
So we'll see. He'll have lots of stories here on Friday for sure.
It just gives me a headache thinking about it, man.
It's a crazy, crazy time that they have out there with the CCO Nation. Shout out to everyone involved with our friends over on the CCO. And I got to tell you, boys, this past Friday night was just Venom and I sitting over there doing Paper Mario. And our friends over at Ver's Pizza Dance logo, look at that thing go. They sent us over the Inferno Chicken Pizza.
Ooh.
And right from the first bite. This is a brand new pizza that they're trying out. I don't
what
think
kind
it's
of
even
sauce
on.
are we
So
doing?
we're going to get right into this because it's not a thick. It's a Vern's Light. So you're already going down that road of a totally different, and I mean different pizza experience because it's not like this, like this. And once you get into it, I asked Fenn, I was like, dude, are you like a spice guy? He's like, I can handle spice. I'm like, okay, I can handle spice too. But if you're calling something the Inferno chicken,
Right. Intimidating.
very
That's
intimidating. From the very first bite, and I watched it back just to make sure. I watched like 4 or 5 times with Fenham's first bite. So he takes it, and I'm like, okay, and he takes the bite. He goes, and then crushes it. I was like, is it good? He's like, I think that's my new favorite. And I'm like, it can't be that good. Like, is it hot? He's like, no, not really. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Because I was smelling this thing on the way home. I pulled my classic fat guy Gary move. Man, I'm really hungry today. You know, I fasted for a whole day here. I'm going to get myself a little traveling slice. You know, a nice cold $4 travel slice just for the ride home.
I thought you were saying you've got like a crop top that you wear when you're like being gluttonous.
I don't have one. It just naturally goes like that, like right there, you know, Philadelphia Collins. And so I'm eating my slice. I'm like, what does that smell? Why does it smell so good? I take the bite. I'm like, well, it's not this. This is also very good, too. Those cold slices, man, I love them so much. For when you're traveling, because it's not hot, so it doesn't have the grease, everything's right there.
Everywhere. Yeah.
I don't have to be like this while I'm driving. And so I keep smelling the smell, and I'm like, it must be this pizza. Like, but it doesn't smell hot. We sit down. I get my piece. Fenham's already in heaven. He's like, this is like the best. And I take my first bite. And I hear him say, there's like a little bit of jalapeno, but not much. And then the sweetness comes in. So it's a sweet sauce with the spicy like jalapeno. There's some other sort of spice in there, but then you have bacon, you have chicken, you have pineapples, like everything that's hot gets leveled out by the sweet. So you get, and this is my favorite thing about hot foods, you get the hot flavor without the insane burn.
Yeah.
So it's enough to get your forehead going a little bit, but you're not going, like, it's not a challenge.
I just don't want my taste buds to get burnt off.
Right.
That's the threshold
it's
for
like
me.
so hot, it's like I
Why
can't
are you
even
doing it?
enjoy any. Like, what's the
Exactly.
point? I can't taste anything.
Vern's has perfected the hot pizza. The Inferno chicken. I believe it should be on the menu soon, and it was a life changer. So Inferno chicken, the new #1 when it comes to pizzas. From our friends over at Vern's, hit them up. Get yourself one so you can see what all the buzz is about, thanks to our friends over at Vern's Pizza. So grateful and so thankful that we have this opportunity to try all these new things. It's so cool. So Inferno chicken, put it on the list.
For us, I think I had mentioned this, but it's kind of becoming a tradition on jam nights when we have the late Raven nights on the
They're
way
right there at
back.
the jam space,
just on Mormon, we're like,
Good. When I saw
please,
Meatball
well,
over
yeah,
there. I was literally there to pick up, and Meatball's in there. Like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm just going to jam. I'm like, no way. Pick it up, cup, quick. I'm like, again, for everybody's like, no, man, I'm eating this. Are you kidding me? Like, come on. It's Vern's. I'm like, that's fair. But yeah, it's like that's one of the best parts of having your jam space over there.
Oh
It's
yeah,
just like right
but
there
the
for a
thing
quick
is,
run.
like the route we take home, I also take warm, and so if I'm like trying to be like, no, I don't need pizza today, and I go buy the first one, I still have that second option of getting Vern's.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. As we continue here, the Tuesday edition. I almost said Monday. All right, we like to talk about gardening around here. We like to talk about how we're not men, but apparently he's a man now. Superman over there.
I'm a poser.
Very non-man.
Poser.
Man. Non-poser, fully embraced. Not a man. We also love talking about music. The whole precipice for this show was the greatest decade of all time, the 90s, and we talk about all our favorite punk bands because that was when punk rock ruled all. Nothing was better, and I still think, to this point in my life, I've seen or heard or experienced anything better than 90s punk rock, where all my favorite bands still come from and are still thriving. And it continues to flow through our lives as we're not calling it a birthday show for you, young man, but a couple years ago we did have a birthday show for you. And you played with all 3 of your bands in one night. We practiced a Propaganda song twice, went up there, and dare I say, for the 3rd run through, absolutely crushed it. One of my proudest moments was getting up there with you guys and just not bombing. You know what I mean? Like, you're never going to thrive when you do something 3 times, but it wasn't a bomb. And it felt so good to be up there and do all that, and to experience that rush that you get when you were up there, and then to get the cake up there. And it sort of became a thing that your birthday was around the time where you would get all the bands together. So this is not an official birthday party, but it's right around your birthday.
Yeah, I think the last 3 birthdays I've had cakes like brought up to me. So I was kind of like, this one, I don't want it to like, where the only reason I have a show is so it's like my birthday.
It's not about you.
Everyone's like, oh, great, man. Yes, happy birthday to you. So
we're very clear. It's not a birthday
this
show.
is just a show, and it's going to be awesome. And yeah, I'm really excited because the 2 Winnipeg bands, well, they're Winnipeg bands, but I think some of them have moved to other places. But yeah, again, it's kind of like a high school reunion for me because getting to see these guys, and we played with them with all the different versions of their bands and stuff. And then, you got Raven Witch and Untimely in there too, just to give it that good family vibe. But yeah, it's going to be a really, really cool show. And you got the heaviness from the Winnipeg bands, Untimely's a little bit in the middle, and then we're going to be playing a bunch of new stuff, which we were practicing on Sunday. That was good. We ran through 3 of the new songs, and anytime the first time you play a song officially with the band, it kind of like feels real.
Right.
It feels actually real when you play it live, but it feels real at least that you've played through it enough, that you did
born.
You did it. Yeah, it's been born, where it's not just me in the studio or Murray in the studio doing his thing.
Man.
But yeah, I'm super excited for that show.
Very excited. So details on, I'm going to let the dog out here. She's losing it already. Tell me all about it. Tickets, all that stuff?
We didn't do tickets for this one. And it's $20 at the door kind of thing, I don't know. We probably should have did the tickets, but that was before I had my epiphany of wanting to get stuff done. So
Right.
I was just like,
The old you.
Can't someone else do it? And it was funny, it was like last week, all 3, Tristan, Murray, and I, all printed posters and stuff, because we all we're just like, oh, someone else will do it, and then no one did, so then all of us went out and did it, and then we all got posters. So they did Broadway and a bunch of that kind of stuff, and I did downtown, and I'll probably do some more or whatever. But
do you find there's any return in postering around town anymore?
You see, I don't know personally, but
it'd be tough to gauge.
It's a spiritual thing. It's something we've always done.
Tradition.
So it just
part of
feels
the
right
process.
to me. And I feel like there is, how everyone's like, oh, I've heard of Untimely Noise, I've heard of Raven Witch, but they've never actually heard us. I feel like a lot of that would be residuals from walking by their bus stop and seeing a poster
I can tell you,
or whatever.
As a guy who came up by every single one of those things I'd look at because maybe a band's coming. That's how we learned about these shows. So to be able to stop at a stop sign or a light around the Broadway area, because I don't, as you guys know, I don't, venture too far away from my safety zone here. When I look over and I see my buddy's band, it's like, oh, nice, I love that. And you have that sort of moment where it's like, yeah, that's how it used to be. And then you go back in time. I like to call them DeLorean moments, where you see it and then you have these memories flash back from, oh, I saw that band at this time and at this place. And so it sort of gets you feeling like you want to be at these shows. So there's something for me personally, as a guy who grew up with postering, that I hold very near and dear to my heart. And I'm very grateful and thankful that you're doing it still, because a lot of people don't do it. Are you the same way over there?
Yeah, I mean, and obviously that's how we first learned about shows, was posting before social media and whatever. And I still find, I may not be following all the bands on social media or whatever, right? So it's a lot of times, they're coming.
Yeah,
it's sweet. So I still learn from learn about shows through posters.
And we get the additional, if you just have the digital poster and you put that on your Facebook page, just the poster, Facebook makes it where basically 2 of your, I think we have 5,000 followers or whatever. Basically 2 or 3 of them will see it. No one else does unless you want to pay for that.
Yeah.
But whenever we're out, we'll take a photo of Murray postering or whatever, and then you put that picture up. Now that one gets engaged, and you'll get 160 likes, and a comment thread started out of that. So that's probably where you get the value from it. Yeah. And then I also find I like having some additional posters at the show, because someone might want one, or if they want an autograph or whatever. But so then, say some kid gets that poster, puts it up in their jam room or their house, and then their friends come. So you're getting multiple payoff from it. But mostly it's just the spiritual aspect that I like doing that. And I'm a creature of habit. That's the way we did it. That's the way we're going to do it now.
And I appreciate that, man. That's the whole, like I said before, the whole reason the show exists. This Tuesday show is for those moments. Rolander! He's back. How was Vancouver, bro? I was Toronto, bro.
Not even close.
Hey, I was exactly right, just wrong side.
Yeah.
Actually, no, not really, because that would be East Coast. Yeah, okay.
It was a major Canadian city.
My bad. That's okay. Either way, you had a lot of fun. I'm happy you made it back. You look great. Did you get another haircut or it just grew in nice?
Yeah, I'm what am I noticing?
looking
Something's
fresh, eh?
A
different.
windblown look, maybe.
Ah, well done.
Right outside with Maj.
I was going to ask, how did you get in here without her coming in?
I gave her some treats.
Ah, see, not real treats. He knows now just to give her food because she thinks her own food is treats, which is awesome. Sorry.
Yeah, food treats, and
Okay.
then we were playing with the hot dog.
Ah, go Riders. Very, very exciting. I will say this. I was talking with LB earlier today, my sweet LB, as the latest episode of Good Sports. So we've had something going on. And again, we're live, we're real. We're not going to sit here and try to lie to everyone like all the big places that do this sort of stuff do. We can tell you straight up, we have a program in there called Premiere or something like that. It's an editing program. And over the last 2 or so weeks, there's been some sort of, I'm just calling them gremlins. Just like we've all seen gremlins. Gremlins 2, when those gremlins are in the TV. We got a gremlin in this program. And we're not sure what it was, to the point where the last edition of Good Sports had this issue where it stretched everything out so it just looked all wonky. And we couldn't, for the life of us, figure out what the heck it was. Like I say, we and us, as in I did anything. No. That handsome guy right there. Look at that, over in that corner. Beautiful. His old wartimey photo.
Yeah.
I love that thing. So he's bending his brain trying to figure out what's going on with this thing. And then this past week, the Good Sports, we recorded on Thursday, but it didn't come out until today. So the new episode is out now. And Emerald Dale on there, first female to ever play for the Hilltops. A very crazy, awesome story. Incredible, kind human being. Very excited. So you can check that out on the network. It has now been released. It was delayed because we're going through all this stuff. And it looks like LB, again, the universe taking pity on us, saying, you know what, you've done a lot of good. We're going to help you out here. And getting that all together. So the new episode that's supposed to be on Thursday is out today with Emery Dale. It's a very, very good episode, as that will be the one for this week. And Flats, the host of the show, has told me, got a bunch of hot guests coming in on this next run in the next couple of weeks. So very, very excited to see who he's bringing in here to the studio for new episodes of Good Sports. But the newest one up now, so you can check all of that out. But the whole thing, man, the whole thing with the gremlins and computers, we've all been there, haven't we? Very, very ridiculous. So we were talking as he was in here trying to get that all finally figured out so we could get this, poor Flats. I'm like, dude, I'm sorry, we're trying. And he's so good about it. He's such a good dude in understanding that this stuff happens. Lots of people what the F, man? Where's my shit? What's going on? He's like, hey, just making sure, how's it going, And I, kept him posted the whole way. This is what's going on. This is what we're doing. So huge, huge thank you to him for bearing with us as we work it out. And I always say, this place, this existence of the network, it always ebbs and flows. And when the credit cards are maxed out, when the cash flow is a little bit lower, things slow down like this because it becomes a lot harder to fix all these problems. We always figure it out, and this is not a pity party. This is just a process party telling you how things work around here. So I'm talking to LB, and he says, when are we going to Bugsy's? When are we going to do the big wing eat? All 69 flavors. Okay, when are we going to do this? And I said, I was sitting around last night, and in my noggin, I really wish I had a recorder on my brain to keep track of all these things. Because I'm sure we're all the same. They come in, and if you're not right there putting it in something, it's gone. You're trying to catch them, and they go. And this one really stuck with me. The 13th Melon, our Rider Fan Watch Party Show. Our agreement with our friend Bugsy. That's where it all started. The Bugsy's Game Day Feast. That's where we knocked off a lot of these 69 flavors. As you can see on there, there's a bunch of stuff besides. Still number one, by the way, Sweet Pickle Heat. I'm so excited for you guys to try it. It is an incredible, incredible wing. I said, wouldn't it be frickin' awesome if Game 1, Episode 1 of Season 2 of the 13th Melon, we did the show from Bugsy's. It gives us all a reason to be there. We could watch the Rider game. We have our on-location box. We'll have 3.5 hours to get through 69 orders of wings.
I mean, we'll only need half an hour to get through.
I was trying to be kind, all right? I alone.
Well, there's some buffer. In case
I
we
alone
want
will put
seconds
down
and
100 wings in
Yeah.
3.5 hours. I will. I am not scared. I'm a man. I can do that. Standing by it. Put my name on it. Send it off, Anders. Remember that one. So I'll eat 100, and then we only have 590 to go. So let's see how we do. But the idea is we get everybody in there, and we make it a big Rider watch party. So I'm going to talk to Brad and see what he thinks about that, because we're sort of trying to figure out a date to actually start planning for it.
Right.
And this will give us sort of a goal line to try to achieve, and then maybe that could be it. So
Oh, that
Football,
was a
thank
pun. No, a pun, right? I think.
Yeah, goal line football.
Yeah, football,
You
sports.
were on it. I was giving you
goal
props
line.
already. I knew what you were saying.
Yeah.
He didn't really catch it.
Amazing.
No, I didn't. I'm blonde.
No, you're beautifully blonde. And by the way, being blonde, have you seen Legally Blonde? It's not an excuse anymore.
That's true. That is a fantastic
Blondes
movie.
are lawyers. They made a second one too, and they made it into a musical. So if I know anything
And
about life,
she's
that
like
ain't wrong.
a
That ain't
savvy
right.
businesswoman because I don't know. I remember reading something where she would. do
Reese
this-
Witherspoon or her character in
Sorry.
Elle Woods.
No, Reese Witherspoon. She
All
was
right.
like secretly like, I mean, she was obviously making, actress money, but then she would get the rights to these books because she started like a book club or something. And then she would get the rights to these books to make them as a movie.
Yeah.
And because she was like building, because she had such a huge following with her book club, then when she made it to movie, I don't know, there was something like kind of not sneaky or sinister at all, but it was like savvy, like, how can I like leverage my
How can I
fame
flip
and something
this?
that I'm
All right.
into to then make it into a movie, and then she would star in the movie, something millions. That
That makes
know.
sense.
Yeah,
checks out.
May as well utilize your fan base. Like,
why not?
what's one of those Kardashians, the Kylie or I forget which one it was, but
A lot of
They-
Ks.
Grant.
they've got this huge following. So when she was young, she like had this makeup line and like immediately became like a billionaire. Because everyone she had all these followers and they are like beauty kind of
Right,
all
in
the
that-
products
in
or
that
whatever.
zone,
But like
yeah.
I think
Minions?
that I think that
Minions? A little bit like Minions.
yeah. But either way, she made billions
No,
of
I'm not
dollars,
joking, man.
and I like to me that's smart business.
You're here. We don't bring anyone down. We just
No.
lift people up. And we will continue to do so. Point is, show could be kicking off at Bugsy's. Lawson Heights location where we're looking to go. Markham Mall and Lawson Heights, both places. You can pick up Passport. In the Passport, you get 69 options. You try them all, get them checkmarked every Tuesday and Thursday, over half price off each order. You get the shirt. You're rocking out with the Ruckus Cock, with the Legion of Doom shoulder pads, looking great, demanding respect from any room that you walk into. You can also get them right to your door, Skip the Dishes or Uber Eats. Just go to Smitty's, order a plain wing, and in the memo, put the flavors out of your passport. They will come right to your door. Man, we have flown through this one.
I'm just hungry now.
Yeah, I
It
was
doesn't
thinking
even,
the
all you
same
have to do is
thing.
mention it. Like,
Yeah. The drooling. Like the drooling is a real thing.
When do the Rough Riders start playing?
That's an
When
LB
does the
question.
season- okay.
They have a pregame game here in Saskatoon, which
really?
LB will be at. We're talking about sending the box over and doing a little tailgate sort of show
Where
out
is
of
that?
there.
Griffiths?
Yeah.
Or is,
Yeah, over at
okay,
the
yeah.
home of your Huskies.
Right.
So it will be a lot of fun, as that will sort of be the kickoff to the kickoff, if
Gotcha.
you will. Our friend Carly over next to the painting, love her to death, best in the biz. They got a QR code on the paint can, hit it up. They will get you a discovery phone call, and then they can get you a quote, and they'll even tell you if they're not the right place for you for what you're looking for, and they will guide you in the right direction, which tells me they're not money-hungry monsters, and they actually care, which is what we are all about. So that is why we support our friends over at Next Level Painting. You guys, are we looking to sing? Not that guy. That guy does not want to sing. Gee whiz, that couldn't have been a worse time for a yawn.
Sorry. I've just been
Just
sleeping
the
like
worst
crap.
idea.
I don't know. I
God,
had a good run of
do we
like
have to sing this
week
again?
of like, I'm sleeping pretty good. I feel rested, and then it all fell apart. I don't know.
Roadblock.
I don't
Well,
know what
probably
happened,
because you were
but
covered in gooseberry thorns.
maybe. I'm
Like,
still
who can
picking-
sleep
I've
covered
been
in
sitting here the
gooseberry
whole
hours?
freaking show. Like, I really get, because they just like they're in there, and it's like,
No, thank you.
this freaking bugs me, and it like to a point where it like I had one in my finger this morning where it felt bruised, like I almost had trouble
It's a deep one.
bending my. They're in there.
I have so like you started doing this, you didn't have the gloves. Did you have access to gloves that you could have grabbed in your vehicle?
I think they were in my truck.
Okay.
They were
Yeah.
8 feet away.
And you're just like, no, I'm doing this. I'm
Well, you
Well,
kinda
you're already
just-
in it.
Yeah,
Like,
you
once
kinda,
you're-
and you, I don't know, like you kind of just, I'm just like, I just want to get it done, and like it's not worth the 17 seconds it would take to
You know
walk
what?
over
Actually,
there.
when I was doing the Christmas lights today, again,
Of course.
the gutters, I noticed there was
Oh,
quite a
boy.
bit of stuff. So I should have had gloves, but I was like, I'm up here, so I was just using my bare hands. And that
Nice.
was a situation too.
Slop it down.
Yeah.
Smack.
Yeah.
Smack.
where
was it
it's-
dry? Was it dry?
It was dry at
Yeah.
least. Well, like dry enough that it wasn't like getting my hands all muddy. But yeah, either way, it was a situation where I should have had gloves. Like I play guitar, and I was like,
Right.
kind of
Gotta
feel my
protect
like
these money makers,
knuckles
you
getting
know.
nicked on the eavesdrops.
Well,
I
and
went,
at the First Street house over here, and just elm trees totally surrounded. So those gutters, like I'd have to clean them multiple times a year, and it would get like it wouldn't take long, and it's like it would be like sewage up there. And if you had a cut,
That's 4th Street for
shit
me.
would like burn and like it would stank, and so I would wear the gloves.
I should have had gloves, but that's a situation where you're already up on the roof. So I
Right,
fit like yours maybe like
I was
like you
stupid.
probably
Well, no, you're
but-
basically on the roof of the gooseberry patch, man. You're in it already.
Well,
There's
that's
no
just and
coming
like
back
once
up.
I
you got momentum.
Cover,
Yeah,
right,
you're right.
yes.
Yeah.
You're eating it. So,
Yeah.
Royal Anders made a website. It's very gentlemanly. You can check it out right there, dufferinav.com. I did notice that I left these treats out here. You guys are gonna see this.
I was eyeing that up. Probably
allowed to
not.
have them.
Like, what's in the
show me that
box,
before.
Gary? What's in the box?
Look, what's in the box?
What's in the box?
Our friend Aaliyah, our telemiracle producer, brought these when her and her lovely man Kyle were on the show last week. They are caramel cornflake cookies. And they're
Caramel
so freaking
cornflake
good. Yeah.
cookies.
So I left them out for the boys, and then I was like, man, he's hungry. Can you do that? I guess we'll leave it for now, just in case something happens. But I just wanted to let
I'll
everyone know
have to
that is
Google.
actually a lovely gift from our friend Aaliyah. And I guess I'll move it over here because we need some room. Because we are going to tell everyone about how to get a hold of us as we get set to wrap up this show, the Tuesday edition, the All That Angst edition of your show. We spent a lot of this show today talking about being grateful and thankful and listening to the universe. Royal Anders, I was telling everyone about the Eckhart Tolle videos you were sending me and how we are all God and how this table right here has just as much of an aura or a presence as everything else and how we're sort of on this journey of figuring all this out. And the struggles that we've gone through over the last little bit, how it all leads to these great, incredible moments. And the ones that remind us we're on the right path. I talk about, be on your right path. My man, The Abyss, greatest rapper of all time, wrote a song called Don't Disrespect the Path. It's all about not disrespecting the path you know you're supposed to be on. And it's so powerful. And I'm so grateful when we can sit here and talk about this because it manifests in real time as we're talking. And it's just very cool to be in sync with all this stuff. And my reason for bringing that up is if you find yourself in a similar situation where you're doing things the right way, you're doing a lot of good, and you find yourself struggling because of it, because we live in a world now where not doing things the right way, the shortcuts are what everyone does because you have to. There's a lot of people in a situation where you don't have other choice, and you have to do things a different way. We are so blessed here because we can continue to operate and do things the right way and continue to do good. You can get behind the idea of just being nice, treating others how you want to be treated. These golden rules that have lasted the test of time because they actually work. If you can get behind that, if you're sick, if you're as pissed off as we are that people continue to say, here's how much it costs and here's what you're getting, and don't you dare try to do or change anything, you will do things our way because we are important and you're not. You feel like that whenever you talk to businesses. We're here to help you. We are the anti-that. We are people who understand the value in doing things good and doing things the right way. So if you got a fundraiser coming up, a charity event, something that will continue to better our lives in this city, we want to help you. Please reach out to us. It's very, very easy to do. Okay, here we go, guys. I'm going to try like this. I'm going to like that. Okay. I better test it first. Test, 1, 2, 3. Phantom, can you hear me? Perfect. All right. Just send an email to 1, 2, 3, 4. Contact@dufferinav.com. That is the email. This is the theme song.
One of the best ones I've ever heard.
Oh no, I did the wrong one. Hold on. You know what I did, boys? I came in way too slow, and you kept the timing. Like that was crazy. Yeah, that was about a half time slower. Hey,
That's
you guys feel
fine.
that? And
Yeah.
you guys wrote it.
You know what? It was almost sitting in the pocket nice. So
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, I love you guys. What a show. What an incredible show we
Man,
had
it's
today.
over. Jeez.
Phantom, let's go ahead and wake Frankie up. And I'm going to get this in. And we're going to make our way out of here for today. Whew, that's a good one. Huge thank you to you for, again, supporting this movement of reminding everyone to just chill the hell out, man. Like, everyone just needs to take a step back, be nice. Maybe a little bit of empathy can go a long way. Blessing and a curse, I always say. And a lot of times it's way more of a blessing. So just try to put yourself in someone else's shoes, and maybe they're going through a lot of shit that you have no idea about. I can almost guarantee you that everyone is in that boat. And as we continue to struggle within ourselves, the help of others is more important than ever. So, thank you to you. As well to Royal Anders, my main man, making it in, looking very, very good. Working out with the dog. That was very nice. Fed him. Great stream today on the Paper Mario. We'll get that back up and running next Tuesday, as that will be the new home for that quest for a little while. To Uncle Mike, always a pleasure, my friend. You are the manliest man, and we love and appreciate you greatly.
Well,
and Damn 20 promo code still going on, UncleMikeNaturals.com. Check him out. Matt from all the bands. My friend, telling you, man, doing things the right way. It's what it's all about, and you continue to do so. So congratulations on all of the awesome, manly things that you got done on your little run there when you were motivated. Thank you. So good. And your wife is right to be very proud of you and to be bragging, because those are tough things to do when you're guys like you and I. So you did it for both of us, so thank you.
Thank you.
My non-wife, also very proud of me. Good to know. We will be back tomorrow. A very, very big announcement for you as well. The All the Way Round Table will be in action. We'll check in with Coach Comma 2, Coach 1, as well as Mr. Baseball, as we'll talk some more Blue Jays, as that is sort of our sports-heavy day. And with that, we will bid you adieu. Thank you again for all that you've done and continue to do. It means the world to us here when we're out here doing our thing and we see other people doing good too. And that's sort of the snowball effect you're looking for. So keep it up. You are doing great. Go Jays! Very excited to cheer them on. We're going to go watch that right now, have a little team meeting, and then we will miss you so dang much until tomorrow. Keep doing those good things, all right? We love you so much. Let's get those catchphrases in.
smell you later.
Cannonball!